First, CoffeeZilla torpedoes my career as a barista. Then he dangles my dream job like a carrot on a stick. So what do? Make a deal with the devil. I learned the hard way, trust no one. That's why I'm stuck serving lattes in the first place. Then Trent Saunders, aka Satan, waltzes in. Mr. Hotshot is too busy barking into his phone to stop and read. Is it my fault he missed the big do not use sign on the table? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have laughed when he spilled coffee all over himself. But he deserved it. And for that the table tyrant got me fired. At least I got the last word. Or so I thought. Because it turns out, this gorgeous grump is the answer to my professional prayers. He wants me to design high-end furniture for his grandmother. A sweet old woman who mistakes me for his girlfriend. And does this genius bosshole correct her? No. He asks me to play along, which means I'm stuck fake dating a man I loathe. What's even more annoying? He might not be a total villain. He's actually kind of sweet. Sometimes. But I'm not about to fall for his whole nice guy routine. I mean, what kind of a woman would I be if I fell for a jerk? He can code for solutions. She can write happy endings. If only writing smutty romance novels paid the bills, then Sina Langer could quit her monotonous 9-to-5. After one of her stories goes viral, her goals may finally be within reach. Only that dream may be snatched away by her company's unfairly attractive chief technology officer, Zaid Ansara. For Zaid, catching glimpses of Sina sitting at the front desk is the only bright light in his mind-numbing workday fantasy, an indulgence. That is until a livestream event goes horribly wrong and reveals his resemblance to the love interest she created in her novel. Perhaps Sina isn't as indifferent to him as he thought. Except she is off limits, very off limits. He's her superior, but hopefully not for long. This could be his chance to get the girl. Dreams may be worth the risk, but can Zaid convince Sina that he's the one for her? Preferably, without revealing that he knows about her story. When her feelings for the man who inspired her reader's favorite character become bigger than she expected, can Sina move forward with her plans to publish? Or will her chances at her own happily ever after be threatened if she does? Calla Winters is starting a brand new chapter in her life. She moves to the city that never sleeps, determined to discover her true passion. Pursuing her independence, however, comes with a steep price tag, one she can't afford without her family's support. With her confidence waning and her options dwindling, Calla starts to get desperate. Thank goodness for friends with connections, right? Theo Ayed has spent the last decade climbing the ladder at the Wallace & Associates talent agency. Making partner has been his top goal, really his only goal, since he started, personal life and other responsibilities be damned. However, when his best client and close friend asks for a favor, Theo can't say no, even if the favor means hiring a new assistant with absolutely no experience and a smile that throws him off kilter. As they work together, Calla and Theo develop a connection, one they're both trying to ignore due to the agency's strict no-fraternization policy. When their relationship deepens, Calla and Theo have to decide if it is worth the risk, even if falling in love was never part of the plan. It took me precisely 0.1 seconds to start hating Cameron O'Connor. I'm late to a job interview and it seems like kismet when a cab stops outside my apartment. Until the grumpiest, grouchiest, and most outrageously handsome suit hole steals it. Of course, I get to my interview and who is behind the desk? You're late. Couldn't find a cab. This infuriatingly beautiful man makes my blood boil. Until he offers me a number with more zeros than a box of donuts. Now I'm working alongside the Bosszilla. Trying to keep the snark level to somewhere between brazen defiance and outright mutiny. If only he hadn't hired that influencer to promote the company's engagement rings. And if only she hadn't announced that Cameron and I were hiding a secret romance. Now suddenly, our relationship is all anyone can talk about. Except there's zero romance, we hate each other. To sell the story, we have to go on fake dates and fake being in love. Only at some point, I don't have to pretend anymore. And I start thinking Cameron isn't faking either. But are we falling, Or just faking? Hailey Swan, aspiring screenwriter and personal assistant, needs a date, any date, to go with her to her best friend's wedding where her ex-fiancé is the best man. There is just one problem: there is no man in sight. The only man that has consistently been in her life for the past 3 years is her boss. And he is not an option. Aidan Stone, who is basically Hollywood royalty, needs to clean up his image since he has been acting out after a bad public breakup and needs to attain his golden boy status he once had. The solution for him: find someone to consistently date and convince the world he is in love with her. The only person he can trust right now is his assistant, Hailey. The deal is, fake date for 2 weeks, just enough time for people to get off Aidan's back and restore his image, and for Hailey to make it through the wedding and persuade her family and friends that she has truly moved on. Easy peasy, since Aidan is the most sought-out actor on the planet and promises to be there next to Hailey every step of the way. If Aidan has learned anything in Hollywood, it's that appearances are everything, right? Charlie is less than pleased about her stoic new boss Nathan Shaw. It doesn't matter how attractive he is, she doesn't have time for his callous demeanor and micromanaging ways. But despite his initial abrasiveness, Charlie quickly discovers his depth and complexity, leaving her eager to understand him more. Viewed by many as cold and uncaring, Nathan Shaw has a difficult time connecting with people. Instead, he chooses to pour everything into the successful company he's built from the ground up. Now, a multimillionaire, he's reluctantly moving to Denver due to forces outside his control. But Nathan's attitude changes when he meets Charlie. She's bold, intelligent, and, unlike the other employees, she isn't afraid to stand up to him. Even though she's off limits, he can't seem to shake the way she makes him feel. I never thought I'd see her again, the woman I left behind at the motel after our one-night stand. Picture my surprise when she strolls into the office as my new assistant. But wait, there's more. I come home to find her with suitcases, nowhere to stay. I could decline to have her move in, yet I see a chance. My nosy aunt's visiting, expecting to meet my non-existent spouse. My assistant's on board with the madness of playing my newlywed wife. So, here are the ground rules for our little charade. Little do I know what I'm signing up for. Not only do I find myself trying to stop a fire she started, lesson learned, keep shorts handy at all times, but I'm also testing her world's best kisser claim. Let's just say the results are unexpected, and discovering a newfound appreciation for cramped spaces and running washing machines. But then, suddenly, she's gone. Now I find myself stuck in a mental loop of what-if scenarios. Did I just let the world's most remarkable woman slip through my fingers? Merrin Hughes had everything under control until a single apple fritter sent her career crumbling. For 3 years, she's climbed the corporate ladder at accounting firm Bergstrom and Stern. Then a racy breakroom incident with her flirty, NSFW co-worker, Gabe Stone, turns everything upside down. Things go from bad to worse after Merrin is fired following the discovery of an unsettling error in a client account. Gabe isn't one to stand by and watch, especially not when there are good snacks and even better company at stake. He abandons his corporate gig and invites Merrin to join him in starting their own firm, complete with an emotional support dog and perilously casual dress code. As their business takes root, they try to keep things fiscal rather than physical, but they can't ignore their mutual attraction for long. Just when things start heating up, an anonymous threat arrives in Gabe's mailbox. They're pulled into a web of conspiracy involving their shady former boss, a high-profile client, and Merrin's toxic ex. Can their budding romance survive the fallout, or will Merrin's secrets ruin everything they've built, both in and out of the office?